All praise belongs to God, who sent down the book upon his servant and placed in it no crookedness. He made it upright to warn of a severe punishment from him, and to give good news to the believers who do righteous deeds, that they will have a beautiful reward. In it they will remain forever, and to warn those who say, God has taken a child. They have no knowledge of it, nor did their forefathers. A monstrous word comes from their mouths. What they say is nothing but a lie. So perhaps you would wear yourself out with grief over them if they do not believe in this message. We have made what is on the earth an adornment for it, to test which of them is best in deeds, and we will surely turn what is on it into a barren, dusty plain. Or did you think that the people of the cave and the inscription were among our most astonishing signs? When the young men took refuge in the cave, they said, Our Lord, grant us mercy from yourself and set our affair on a straight course. So we sealed their hearing in the cave for many years. Then we raised them up, so that we might know which of the two groups would better calculate how long they had remained. We recount to you their story in truth. They were youths who believed in their Lord, and we increased them in guidance, and we strengthened their hearts when they stood up and said, Our Lord is the Lord of the heavens and the earth. We will never call upon any God besides him, for then we would have spoken an outrageous thing. These are our people. They have taken gods apart from him. Why do they not bring clear authority for them? So who is more unjust than one who invents a lie against God? And when you withdraw from them and from what they worship besides God, then take shelter in the cave. Your Lord will spread his mercy over you and ease your matter for you. You would see the sun when it rose, inclining away from their cave to the right, and when it set, passing away from them to the left, while they lay in a broad space within it. That is among the signs of God. Whoever God guides is truly guided, and whoever he lets go astray, you will never find for him a guiding protector. You would think them awake, though they were asleep, and we turned them to the right and to the left, and their dog stretched its forelegs at the entrance. If you had looked at them, you would have turned away from them in flight, and you would have been filled with fear of them. In this way we raised them up, so they might question one another. One of them said, How long have you stayed? They said, We stayed a day, or part of a day. They said, Your Lord knows best how long you stayed. So send one of you to the city with this silver of yours, and let him see which food is purest, and bring you provision from it, and let him be gentle, and let him not alert anyone to you. For if they come to know of you, they will stone you or force you back to their religion, and then you would never succeed. And thus we caused them to be discovered, so that they would know that God's promise is true, and that there is no doubt about the hour. When they were disputing among themselves about their affair, they said, Build a structure over them, their Lord knows them best. Those who prevailed in their matter said, We will surely build a place of worship over them. They will say, They were 3 and their dog was the 4th. And they will say, 5 and their dog was the 6th, guessing at the unseen. And they will say, 7 and their dog was the 8th. Say, My Lord knows best their number. None knows them except a few. So do not argue about them except with an outward argument, and do not seek information about them from any of them. And never say of anything, "I will do that tomorrow," unless you add, "if God wills." And remember your Lord when you forget, and say, "Perhaps my Lord will guide me to what is closer than this to what is right." And they stayed in their cave 300 years, and they added 9. Say, God knows best how long they stayed. To him belongs the unseen of the heavens and the earth, how perfectly he sees and how perfectly he hears. They have no protector besides him, and he shares his rule with no one. Recite what has been revealed to you from your Lord's book. No one can alter his words, and you will find no refuge besides him. Keep yourself patient with those who call upon their Lord morning and evening, seeking his face, and do not let your eyes turn away from them in desire for the adornments of this worldly life, and do not obey one whose heart we have made heedless of our remembrance, who follows his own craving, and whose affair has fallen into excess. Say, the truth is from your Lord. Whoever wills, let him believe, and whoever wills, let him disbelieve. We have prepared for the wrongdoers a fire whose enclosing walls will surround them, and if they cry for help, they will be given water like molten metal, scorching their faces. How terrible a drink, and how dreadful a resting place. As for those who believe and do righteous deeds, we do not let the reward of anyone who does good go to waste. For them are gardens of lasting residence, with rivers flowing beneath them. There they will be adorned with bracelets of gold, and will wear green garments of fine silk and rich brocade, reclining there on raised couches. How excellent a reward, and how beautiful a resting place. Set forth for them the parable of 2 men. For one of them we made 2 gardens of grapevines, surrounded them with date palms, and placed cultivated land between them. Each garden produced its yield and did not fall short in anything, and we caused a river to flow through them. And he had abundant fruit, so he said to his companion while speaking with him, "I have more wealth than you, and I am stronger in men." And he entered his garden while wronging himself. He said, "I do not think this will ever perish, and I do not think the hour will come. And even if I am returned to my Lord, I will surely find something better than this to return to." His companion said to him while speaking with him, "Do you disbelieve in the one who created you from dust, then from a drop, then shaped you as a man? But as for me, he is Allah, my Lord, and I do not associate anyone with my Lord. If only, when you entered your garden, you had said, 'Whatever Allah wills.' There is no power except through Allah. If you see me as less than you in wealth and children, then perhaps my Lord will give me something better than your garden, and send upon it a calamity from the sky so it becomes barren, slippery ground. Or its water may sink deep so you will not be able to seek it." So his fruit was ruined, and he began turning his hands over in regret for what he had spent on it, while its trellises had collapsed upon their supports. And he said, "If only I had not associated anyone with my Lord." And there was no group to help him besides Allah, nor could he help himself. There all authority belongs to Allah, the True. He is best in reward and best in outcome. Give them the example of this worldly life. It is like water we send down from the sky, and the plants of the earth mingle with it. Then it becomes dry debris scattered by the winds, and Allah has power over all things. Wealth and children are an adornment of the life of this world, but lasting good deeds are better with your Lord for reward, and better for hope. And on the day we set the mountains in motion, and you see the earth laid bare, and we gather them and leave none of them behind, they will be presented before your Lord in rows. You have come to us as we created you the first time, though you claimed we would never appoint a meeting for you. The record will be placed, and you will see the guilty fearful of what is in it, saying, "Woe to us! What is this book that leaves nothing small or great without counting it?" And they will find whatever they did present, and your Lord wrongs no one. And when we said to the angels, "Bow down to Adam," they bowed down except Iblis. He was of the jinn, and he broke away from the command of his Lord. So will you take him and his offspring as allies instead of me, while they are an enemy to you? How terrible an exchange for the wrongdoers! I did not make them witness the creation of the heavens and the earth, nor the creation of themselves, and I would not take those who mislead as assistants. And on the day he will say, "Call those you claimed as my partners," and they will call them, but they will not answer them, and we will place between them a barrier of destruction. The criminals will see the fire and know they are about to fall into it, and they will find no way to turn away from it. We have set forth in this Qur'an every kind of example for people, but the human being is the most argumentative of all things, and nothing kept people from believing when guidance came to them and from seeking their Lord's forgiveness, except that they demanded the fate of earlier peoples to come upon them, or that the punishment should come to them face to face. We do not send messengers except as bearers of good news and as warners, and those who disbelieve argue with falsehood to weaken the truth, and they take my signs and the warnings as a mockery. Who is more unjust than one who is reminded of the signs of his Lord and then turns away from them, forgetting what his own hands have sent ahead? We have placed coverings over their hearts so they do not understand it, and heaviness in their ears, and if you call them to guidance, they will never be guided. Yet your Lord is the most forgiving, full of mercy. If he were to take them to task for what they earned, he would hasten the punishment for them, but they have an appointed time, and they will find no refuge besides him. Those towns we destroyed when they wronged, and we set an appointed time for their destruction. And Moses said to his young companion, "I will not stop until I reach the junction of the two seas, even if I travel for a long time." But when they reached the junction between them, they forgot their fish, and it made its way into the sea, slipping away. Then, when they had passed on, he said to his young companion, "Bring us our meal. We have certainly met weariness on this journey." He said, "Do you see? When we took shelter at the rock, I forgot the fish, and none made me forget to mention it except Satan, and it took its way into the sea in a wondrous manner." He said, "That is what we were seeking." So they turned back, retracing their footsteps. There they found a servant among our servants, to whom we had given mercy from us, and taught knowledge from our own presence. Moses said to him, "May I follow you so that you teach me some of what you have been taught of right guidance?" He said, "You will not be able to be patient with me. And how can you be patient about something you do not fully grasp?" He said, "You will find me patient, if Allah wills, and I will not disobey you in any matter." He said, Then if you follow me, do not question me about anything until I bring it up to you myself." So they set out, until when they boarded a boat, he made a hole in it. Moses said, "Have you torn it open to drown its people? You have done a grave thing." He said, "Did I not tell you that you would not be able to be patient with me?" He said, "Do not take me to task for what I forgot, and do not make my matter difficult." So they went on, until when they met a boy, he killed him. Moses said, "Have you killed a pure soul without right? You have done something dreadful." He said, "Did I not tell you that you would not be able to be patient with me?" He said, "If I ask you about anything after this, then do not keep me with you. You have received from me a full excuse." So they went on until when they came to the people of a town, they asked its people for food, but they refused to host them. Then they found in it a wall about to collapse, so he set it upright. Moses said, "If you wished, you could have taken payment for it." And they ask you about Dhul Qarnayn. Say, "I will recite to you an account of him. Surely we established him firmly upon the earth, and we gave him a means to reach every goal. So he followed a path, until, when he reached the place where the sun sets, he found it setting as if into a dark, muddy spring, and he found near it a people. We said, 'O Dhul Qarnayn, either punish them or treat them with kindness.' He said, 'As for the one who does wrong, we will punish him. Then he will be returned to his Lord, and he will punish him with a dreadful punishment. But as for the one who believes and does what is right, he will have the best reward, and we will speak to him with gentle ease.' Then he followed a path, until, when he reached the place where the sun rises, he found it rising upon a people for whom we had made no shelter against it. So it was, and we encompassed in knowledge all that was with him. Then he followed a path, until, when he reached between the two barriers, he found beside them a people who could hardly understand speech. They said, 'O Dhul Qarnayn, surely Gog and Magog are spreading corruption in the land. So shall we pay you a tribute so that you set a barrier between us and them?' He said, 'What my Lord has established me in is better, so help me with strength, and I will build a solid barrier between you and them. Bring me blocks of iron,' until, when he had filled the gap between the two sides, he said, 'Blow,' until when he made it a blaze of fire, he said, 'Bring me molten copper to pour over it.' So they were not able to scale it, and they were not able to pierce it. He said, 'This is a mercy from my Lord, but when the promise of my Lord comes, he will level it to the ground, and the promise of my Lord is true. And on that day we will leave them surging over one another, and the trumpet will be blown. Then we will gather them all together. And on that day we will present hell clearly to the disbelievers, those whose eyes were covered from my remembrance, and who could not bear to listen. Do those who disbelieve think they can take my servants as protectors besides me? Truly, we have prepared hell as a lodging for the disbelievers. Do those who reject faith imagine they can take my servants as protectors instead of me? We have prepared hell as a place of welcome for the disbelievers. Say, shall we tell you who will lose the most in their deeds? They are those whose efforts in worldly life went astray, while they thought they were doing good work. Those are the ones who denied the signs of their Lord and the meeting with Him, so their deeds came to nothing, and on the day of resurrection we will give them no weight. That is their payment. Hell, because they disbelieved and took my signs and my messengers in mockery. As for those who believe and do righteous deeds, the gardens of paradise will be their home and hospitality. They will remain there forever, never wishing to leave it. Say, if the sea were ink for the words of my Lord, the sea would be exhausted before the words of my Lord were exhausted, even if we brought another sea like it to help. Say, I am only a human being like you. It is revealed to me that your God is one God, so whoever hopes to meet his Lord should do what is right and not share anyone in the worship of his Lord.